Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is TheWord here with another VoD for you guys. This is a 2v2. I don't know the name of the map, but never mind that. We have NATO here, we have Tigga and Swift with facing MajorHardon and Hob Gadling. MajorHardon. Dear. Anyway, moving on to unit deployment, we have looks like NATO starting with some infantry in AMXs, always good. Autocannons particularly effective. Rise patterns, they have stabilizers, pretty good gun, very good cavalry tanks, challengers, Zippos. Zippos always very important for gaining control of this center area, these bushes, or forests as they're actually known, and these buildings, farms and towns. Then we have some flanking forces of more rise patterns, infantry, anti-air, also interestingly enough 3 FOBs, so I would just support the 2 MLRS that Tigga has there. Obviously very important to keep your artillery supplied. They're obviously prepared for a long game here. Now let's have a look at the pack deployment. They have 2 Havocs, very expensive gunships. They're excel in killing heavy tanks. Probably a good call on this map since this area is pretty open right here, and this area up here is pretty open if you're able to push through these forests. So we have rest of the pack deployment is T-72s, Tunguskas naturally, and I think there's some artillery being called in somewhere. There's indeed 2 Malkas, and otherwise there's flame tanks, and I think some T-80s are present as well in this column as it roars through this nice quiet town and goes to kill some NATO dudes down the road. So at the moment we have some this flanking force of ITOs and some elite infantry, I think, always coming first. Oh, that was a chaparral firing at Havocs there. As you saw, 1 missile hit both Havocs, so very bad idea to have helicopters in groups, as most radar missiles, or infrared missiles actually in this case, as chaparral is, do have very big area of effect and do quite a lot of damage. We have a massive T-72 train with T-ATAs, some infantry supports, recon Tunguskas, pretty good mix there. Maybe not quite enough infantry, but if he stays away from all these forests, he'll be pretty good to go. So the Ito here taking a shot at this massive armoured column, missing its first shot, and now quickly reloading so it can die before its next missile ever reaches its target. Oh, we now have a MLRS barrage on this lovely tank column. Look at all that damage being done, which is basically nil, because T-72s are actually armoured. Their crews kind of realised they were getting shot, and then maybe did slight brown marks in their underwear, but then realised that they're in heavily armoured vehicles, and then stopped being complete and utter wimps and actually resumed firing at these helpless NATO troops who are now getting completely decimated by what is quite a lot of tanks. There's nothing here. Like the NATO guys just have absolutely nothing defending their base. If this column is going to make its way down here. Looks like they have some holding forces of infantry there, some infantry fighting vehicles, which are going to get insta-killed by MajorHardon, because MajorHardon are exceptionally good at killing tanks, or any armoured vehicle for that matter. Only 6 actually, these MajorHardon. The other MajorHardons have, I think they have a better anti-tank capability, but of course much worse anti-infantry, and they come in small squad sizes as well. I think the NATO players now realise that there is quite a lot of tanks coming for them. The MLRS being fired here to try and clear out this forest, I presume, since flame tanks, infantry in forest is just very, very effective and very hard to breach through. Artillery, mortars, and lots of your own flame tanks are probably the best solution. So you can see here this very long-winded NATO flank has finally managed to make its way up here, and will shortly attack the packed base, or this packed center of their main operational area, really. Their main tanks and anti-air and flame tanks are in this area. Now, that armoured column did actually make its way right down south. Lots of TATAs, 4 of them, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is indeed 6 T-72s. You could never tell the degree maths, could you? So we have the NATO side has facing this massive armoured column has 3 rise patterns and 1 challenger, all of which I presume will die extremely quickly since he is running them in, and rise patterns are just very, very squishy. Oh, look at that challenger. Let's zoom in so we can see it explode in great detail. Yeah, how not to use heavy tanks. All these tanks you can see are showing their side armor. You should always have your tanks far back, taking right at the oh, we have T-72s with machine guns gonna chop this Cobra up. T-72s acting as anti-air there, always good thing to see, or terrible thing to see depending which side you're on. Now we have some chasseurs in the forest taking out quite a lot of tanks. As chasseurs are a particularly effective anti-tank capability, but they do suck. Well, they don't suck. They're very good infantry. They're extremely good infantry, actually. Chasseurs. The only thing that's particularly bad about them is that they're French. That's it, really. Yeah, they are French. I think I mentioned that. Anyway, moving on. I think that's Malka's shelling his own troops, is it? Oh, and you see the NATO flank finally coming to fruition here as well. They might actually kill those Malkas if those Havoc doesn't kill his Leopard 2s. Oh, Leopard 2 killed the recon chopper! That Leopard 2 deserves a veterancy for that. Oh, I didn't get a veterancy, come on. I was going to kill a Malka and it still doesn't get a veterancy. Oh, that Leopard 2 deserved that veterancy for a recon chopper kill. I mean, that's surely worth it right there. Right now we have Leopards against T-72s, which are getting stunned by, and routed actually by Vulcans. Vulcans being actually surprisingly effective against tanks at close range for some reason. I think are they unit size small or normal? They are normal. Okay, they're not particularly hard to spot then, but they're pretty funny in general when shooting at tanks, keeping them stunned and panicked. Now these TATAs are in a dire condition here, as they're kind of getting flanked by chieftains, challengers, leopards, and fusiliers, which will now. Oh, I think it's rear armor shots as well. Yeah, it's getting rear shots by leopards and these challengers. That's not a happy TATA there, as it quickly dies. Let's have a look at anything else that's happening. We have some random choppers around here for some reason. Ooh, a command might be killed here if not careful. Not watching those armored personnel carriers. He's captured the FOB already, and the machine guns are just going to do the rest of the work and kill that command. So quite a lot of almost a base swap, I guess, except that the packed player did rather unwisely put his FOB further away from his column as necessary. I mean, that's a lot of distance to travel right there to get to your FOB. Just not a good idea, really. Better to have this side actually happened as well. They put their fobs kind of around here instead of around here, where their reinforcements can come in and help almost instantly. Oh, we have Havocs now shooting at chieftain tanks. Havocs being exceptionally good at killing tanks of really any variety. Two chieftains destroyed instantly. A Vulcan might go down as well, but we do have a Chaparral contributing. All those Havocs bunched together, one shot might kill both, but the Chaparral is completely and utterly useless and misses 3 missiles there. Chaparrals really are terrible. I mean, they really can't hit much at all. Oh, we have Gazelle cannons everywhere. I wonder what these guys are going to do. They are getting shot down by most of Strelky T-72s. Tunguska's now having a shot at these Gazelles as well. Oh, they're going for this command. They're going for this command vehicle. We are seeing a command vehicle attempted snipe here. Oh, command vehicle taking lots and lots of damage, taping critical hits. Gazelles, of course, taking lots of damage from all these Tunguskas as well, but it's too late. The Gazelle swarm takes down the command vehicle, and I think that was actually worth it economically wise. Command vehicles are 240 or 60, and that Gazelle swarm cost maybe 200, well, not 200, maybe 180, 160. So it's pretty worth it there. Very good attack to get some more points. They're already in the lead by just less than 600. They just need to keep this advantage going. Oh, and since the fob's actually been destroyed now, probably destroyed by his own T-62s. Probably destroyed by his own 2 T-62s there. So his Havocs now don't have place to resupply. They're just running around with their ATGMs, hoping to pick off a Leopard 2 maybe. Although it is going to get shot by a Chaparral. Risking Havocs is... Oh, it did hit the Leopard, but the Chaparral is now... Let's see if it can hit something this time. Oh, I got critical hits! That was very unexpected there. Chaparral one-shotting a Havoc. You've seen it all when you see that happen. So, bad use of Havocs really. You should never have Havocs going up against A, because anti-air is kind of the hard counter to air. It's kind of in the name as well. Oh, that Leopard 2 finishing off the Malka for the finishing point to this game. That Havoc killer Malka there being too much, pushing the point into the 3000, which was points that was needed. So that was a pretty entertaining game. I think a couple of critical errors by the packed side. One being that they expended all their mobile troops, their expensive tanks, T-72s, T-80As. They kind of lost them in what was a very bad engagement. There wasn't really many points in that NATO base. There was a couple of MLRSs, sure, a couple of fobs, maybe 1 or 2 Vulcans and a Chaparral. There was a command there at one point, but that probably got moved out of there pretty quickly. So, not really that many points around there, considering how many points the backed player was putting in there. You should have maybe put in some T-72s and some infantry combined with maybe 1 or 2 Tunguskas. That would have probably done the job much better, and would have actually been a persistent thorn in the NATO side, because it's very hard to get rid of infantry out of bushes, forests. I keep saying bushes. It's just people hide in bushes. So anyway, NATO side, I think it was a mistake to not defend their base adequately, but we'll let that slide, since they did come out on top when they eventually did get units there to counter the packed threat. Yeah, I think in the middle the game was kind of even if they hadn't lost those T-80s, T-72s. It could have been a whole different game. It could have been the NATO without a call in, getting constantly shut down by infantry in the rear, and heavy tanks attacking the front lines, rather than having infantry holding the front lines and having tanks trying to take out their base. Anyway, that was a very enjoyable game. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly did. The next VoD I will make has to be one that is requested, because I've had a look through the reports that are available, and almost none of them are really any good, to be honest. A lot of them are noob stomps and bug crashes and cheat accusations and all that sort of stuff, and I'm kind of not interested in casting any of that. So if anybody's got a 1v1 or a 2v2 that they think is particularly good, or actually just not that long, I'm very interested in casting any of those kind of games. Hope you enjoyed this. Of course, there's a tournament going on this weekend. I'm going to keep reminding you every chance I get, because the more the merrier, as they say. So sign up for that or come watch. We will try very hard to get a live stream going. We will advertise it on the day so you guys can have a look at it. Hope you enjoyed this. I certainly did, and I'll see you next time.